Hey, good morning. How you doing today, everybody? Welcome to Stock Markets with Bruce. I'm Bruce. They call me Uncle Bruce. How you doing, everybody? It's nice to see you all. Great to have you join me today from around the world. It's great to have you here. What's going to happen today? Question. We dropped 574 points last night on the Dow Jones. That was what we had yesterday's close. 574 point drop. Why did that happen? The S&P was down, NASDAQ was down, oil took a dump yesterday. Oil right now down another 39 cents, 77.19. What is going on out there? Well, in plain English, it's pretty simple. Mr. Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve for the United States, had a little session, a little public discussion with some, I guess, senators yesterday. I think today he talks to Congress. So we have another set of meetings today and Q&As and all that. But yesterday he made it clear that despite despite many dreamers out there who thought that with an 8-second attention span we've reached the highs for interest rates, now they can come down now, and everything will go back the way it was 2 years ago. He reminded everybody, we're not going back. So much damage has been caused by inflation in the last year and a half. We now have to address this because the inflationary problem is embedded into Western economies, and we're going to lead the way to get inflation down. And the way to do that, as far as the Federal Reserve is concerned, is that they're going to raise interest rates higher than what people were predicting they would do. So they're not interested in saying, oh yeah, well, we're going to raise rates like we said last time to like 5.25%. No. Now they're intimating 5.5 to 6% could be the Fed funds rate by the time they're done with it. We were expecting in March coming up here, March 22nd or something is the next federal funds thing. That's like in 2 weeks, by the way. In 2 weeks from now, the thought was we would see a 1/4 point increase in the Fed funds rate. That's what we thought this month would be, another 1/4 point, just like last time. Now we're told, it's pretty well baked in. It's going to be 1/2 point. And now, after yesterday's chat, the thinking is, no. He's talking the possibility of 3/4 of a 1% bump in the Fed fund rate to take us out of this 5% comfort zone that we've been hanging on to and get our heads around the fact that we're going to 6, maybe more than 6. We're not kidding. We're going to defeat inflation, whether you like it or not. We're going to do it. This is what we're wondering about here in the marketplace. So the Dow yesterday dropped 500 points because if you're a pension fund and you're sitting on $50 billion that you're managing, or 500 billion, or however big your fund is, but it's a big pension fund for thousands of former and current employees combined. You've got cash coming in every month, payday, and you have to put it to work. And you have old bonds that mature, and you have this extra cash now that has to be reallocated. And every month you have to send checks out for all the retirees, and every month you get money in for the workers to manage and grow this pension fund. You cannot, as a fund manager, sit with a stock that gives you a 2% yield on dividends. You can't do that. You have to be, if you're a dividend investing type looking for income for your pension fund, or you're a retiree out there, but specifically pension funds with billions of dollars to manage, they can't take 2% yields when the Fed funds rates go higher, and a 10-year treasury note, which now pays 4%, could go to 5%, and a 2-year treasury that now is paying 5% could go to 6 or 6.25. You have to take the 6. You can't take 2% yield on a stock. You got to take 6% yield on a treasury note. Now, you could theoretically decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm the slick fund manager. I got $10 billion I got to reinvest this month into the market. I'll put 2 billion into the 2 years. I'll put 2 billion into the 5 years. I'll put 2 billion into the 10 years. But the rest I'm going to put into corporate debt, high grade corporate debt. So go looking for telephone company debt. Go looking for even debt for states or debt for cities or Apple bonds or Intel bonds or companies that make money that have issued bonds that have no trouble paying their interest payments, but that the yields have climbed above 6% to 7 or 7.5 or 8. Because if you can get $2 to $4 billion generating 8% yield versus what you had that money doing up until now, that money used to generate 3%. Now you have it making 8% with inflation at 6 and 7. Hey, you are justifying your existence as a pension fund manager. That's the bond side. Of course, bond fund managers, pension fund managers, and all these other managers of multi-billions of dollars have departments underneath them that manage money in every other area: real estate, gold, office towers, and then they write options on stock too. And they do currency trading and they do futures trading. So you got options department as well. And this is where you guys come in right here with this channel. You guys are option writers and you've become option writers. That's why you're here. And you are making money in the options market. You have no upside to fear, because where do you think this market's going? Well, you guys think this market's going to a new all-time high next month? You're in dreamland, pal. That's not going to happen. We're going to have higher rates for the next 6 months. They're going to keep going up for 6 more months. All through the summer into the fall, they're going to go higher. Maybe half a point now, maybe quarter point every month after. I don't know. It's going to go higher. That is going to put the squeeze on the markets and on stocks with dividends. Yesterday, Dick's Sporting Goods increased their dividend by, what was it? They doubled it. They doubled their dividend to yield now, I don't know, 2-something% or something. It's not enough, but they had to double the dividend because companies have got to decide at the CEO level and the board of directors levels. They got to decide, what are we going to do for our shareholders? Do we buy stocks back? Do we do stock buybacks? Or do we do dividend increases? Because right now, if we do stock buybacks, this isn't going over too well with a lot of the public out there. Our shareholders might be delighted, by the way, our shareholders might be delighted with the stock buyback announcement, but the perception in the economy as a whole doesn't come off too good. We come off as greedy corporate you-know-whats. Maybe the best move we should make is, why don't we bump up our dividends, give cash to our shareholders in the form of cash dividends? Why don't we bump the dividend a little higher? We could do what we call a special dividend. This is where you don't have an increase in the dividend every quarter in perpetuity until you drop it again. No, you do one of those. Well, we've had a good year, or we were going to buy $5 billion of our stock back next year, and we've decided not to do that. We've decided to give a $5 billion special dividend to our investors instead. So rather than buy stock in the open market, we'll give everybody a 50-cent dividend one-off on the next quarterly dividend. So normally we pay 10 cents every 3 months in dividends. This quarter, we'll pay 60 cents. It's a one-timer. And then the next quarter, it'll be 10%, back to 10 cents. You can do that. And that way you're giving money back to your shareholders and saying, hey, we're not buying back the stock. We're making it worth your while to be a shareholder. Other boards of directors are going, we don't like this one-off idea. I don't like that. I know we could do a $5 billion or a $10 billion one-timer. Why don't we just bump the dividend payout? Because right now we're paying $2 billion a year in dividends. Why don't we bump it to $3 billion now? We have $5 billion in the bank here for stock buybacks. Why don't we take that $5 billion and take $1 billion a year from it and just give more dividends out? That way we don't have to cut the dividends next quarter if we have a lousy quarter. We can just keep affording this. We can afford to keep paying this money out. $250 million more a quarter, 4 times a year is $1 billion a year. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of dividend increase announcements coming out. so that companies don't pay 2.2%, they pay 2.8%, or instead of paying 2.6%, they're paying 3.1%, or instead of paying 3.3, they're paying 3.9. They're trying to compete with treasuries. They don't want pension funds to sell their stock because they can get a better yield somewhere else. That is what they are going to do, these public companies. You as option writers, like I said, do not fear the upside. These stocks they'll do great if they hang on to what they've got. They're not going to double in price because of these moves. It's not going to be enough. There might be the first day euphoria, and then it'll piddle out. Fair enough. Look, I talked this morning on the Gold Bagel Show about GameStop, Tesla, and Apple. I went through all three about what kind of calls you should be writing, what kind of calls you should be getting as deep in the money calls. If you are not yet a Gold Bagel member, you are missing out on the pre-alert show, which I do every morning around 8 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, where I can break down what contracts you should really be concentrating on right now. The title of the show here is, are we now going to do roll downs? Are roll downs the game? What's a roll down, by the way? What's an option roll down? You're asking me, Bruce, what are you talking about? What does that mean? Basically, what we're talking about is a few weeks ago, we noticed stocks were going up in price. We had a good January after the Christmas sell-off and tax loss selling sell-off in December. We had a market running higher, and we had shares going up in price, and folks were rolling up their contracts. They were doing rollovers. They were buying back a call that they had written here when the stock was there, but then when the stock went to there, they bought these calls back and wrote these calls at a higher strike. And then the shares went up again, and they bought these calls back and wrote another higher strike price, and so on, and would go further out in time each time they did a rollover. So they had options out there that were expiring in March or February. Then they had April expiries. Then they have June expiries. They have September expiries. Some folks have January 2024, even January 2025 expiries at much higher levels on the strike price, and they brought in extra cash. And now they've noticed, of course, who hasn't? The markets have gone down lately. And now what do? We have stocks that, contracts written that were up here, and the stocks went to here, and now the stocks are here. What do? The stocks are slipping, and we're out of the money on these contracts, which is a good thing. The values are slipping in price. That's a good thing. We sold them at top dollar, and now they're trading at less than that. This is an opportunity starting to show now more and more and more. And lower your value of your contracts go as the stocks back off, the easier it is to consider the idea of buying back your call at a lower price and writing a lower strike call closer in time than what you have now. So if you've written a January 2025 contract, the extreme time end game there, you might now be able to write a January 2024 contract instead of a January 2025. You'll buy your 2025 back because you know you can write a January 2024 closer to the actual stock price for just as much money as it's going to cost you to buy back your 2025. So you've just got a year of time back in your pocket. Rollover opportunities if needed down the road. Now, some of you might say, Bruce, that's not there. It's not there yet, but I can certainly do this. I can definitely, I can take my call that's out of the money for 2025, and I can now go to June 2024. I can't go to January, but I can go to June. That's 6 months. I'll do that. I'll go down a couple of dollars in strike, a couple of strike levels lower, and I'll go into June. I might even get more money for that June contract than what I have to pay for this January contract. That's the first one. Stocks keep slumping. A week or two from now, you might go, now I can do from June 24 to January 24. I can now make the next 6 month move, just like it did last couple of weeks ago. I'll do it again. For those of you out there who have January 2024 calls, or September's or October's or November's or August, some of you now are beginning to also notice the same thing. You are figuring out, I wrote GameStop 24s. I wrote GameStop $25 contracts quite a while ago, and or seems like quite a while ago. They closed at 1806 last night. If these stocks, if this shares go to 1750 or stick around here around $18. My 25s are like way out of the money, and they're out there in time. They've come off. I can move in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days closer to expiry time. And I can go from a 25 to maybe a 23 or a 22 or a $21 contract. I like the idea of buying back a call for, say, let's say you buy back a call for $250 and you sell a call for $350. And you move in 30, 60 days in time. So all of a sudden the meter has got a whole lot less time to live. These new contracts are, they're expiring quicker. That means they depreciate faster in proportion. And you're bringing in the time factor. If the shares want to go lower to $17, okay, you might find that a 25 that you wrote down to a 22, now you're going to write down to a 20. You might go down to a 20 and only be out 60, 90 days instead of 180 days or 210 days. You're going to bring the calendar. That's what roll downs are. We're just gearing back. We're just downshifting in our gearbox. For some of you, though, you've written August calls. You wrote August, in GameStop, you wrote August 25s. And they backed off nicely. You might just do one little move. You buy back your August 25s for way less, stink bit. And then you write August 21s, 22s for extra money because you're being paid for the downdraft. Your calls have gone down in value. And so buy back those calls and write these calls for this much money and they're still out of the money. Still same time frame, fair enough. You're comfortable with August or July's or June's, whichever you've written. You may just find that you go from a 25 to a 20, or you go from a 22 to a 19. You're going to go from, you might be more aggressive and say, no, I'm going to go from a $22 call, $22.50, $23 call to 18s right at the money right here. I'm going right because I can get now $3 I buy these back for $1 and I get 3 for these. And I'm taking $200 a contract in cash in my account. Now, I have done 20 of these. That's $4,000. Oh, guess what? I can buy 4 more deep in the money calls, and I'm going to write 4 of those. Boom, because you're building your deep in the money call portfolio. Those of you who want to quit your day jobs, your job here is to find ways to roll your contracts into more money, get your hands on more bucks, and get more deep in the money calls in your portfolio. So you can write even more contracts. That's the only way out of your day job. You have to cash flow your way out of your day job by allowing option gamblers to buy calls that you're offering for serious premiums. And there you have it. This is it. So when the stocks are dropping, we're doing the rollback game. When the stocks are rising, we're doing the rollover game. We're going higher. We're going further out. We're going for higher strikes. That's how we play. And so we're the casino. We can change the rules anytime we want. It's our slot machines. We just adjust the slot machines. Keep your eyes on your option chains and work it. Is this fun? Oh, yes, it is. Profitable? Oh, yes, it is. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Great to have you here. Thank you for these early morning thumbs ups already. Appreciate that. This is all good. Thank you, everyone, to be here. Let's see what's going on here. Any comments I have to go through here? Chris, I was so glad Uncle was starting to talk about my stocks now. It makes me happy y'all making money and adding what's in my portfolio to yours. Unity, AI, Roblox, they're money makers. Yesterday I mentioned Unity. I was talking about, you should be looking at writing August 30s. I was talking about writing August 30s and hauling in like a $6.75 to $7 premium yesterday. Last night they were $5.90 on the bid. They were already backing off because the stock backed off yesterday. Unity can make you money. It's a question of just what contracts are you buying deep in the money calls on Unity? Great. If you got them at the right value and you wrote calls on them immediately, you brought in some nice money, some real good premium dough, and now enjoy. This morning it's $29.34, up a penny, and you might be looking at, again, still looking to buy deep in the money calls on Unity. They might be 15s or 12.50s based on the bid and ask. Keep that 90-10 rule in place. And you may find that writing 30s are exactly, August 30s are exactly what you want to do. You may want to write August 30s, even at $6-something odd a piece. that might be well be the right trade to make. GameStop right now, I'd be looking at writing September 20s in that 340, 375 range if that's possible. And on Tesla, I'm looking at 190s, 200s, and 210s now to be written, something in that general area. And I mentioned that those three strike prices for one particular reason. The reason I mentioned three strike prices is that depending on how far out you go in time, that will determine which contract you write. So if you're going to write a 1 or 2 month contract, you might be writing 190s or 200s. If you're going to write 3 month contracts, 4, 5, something further out, you might consider now 210s, which gives you a lot of upside protection because, of course, Tesla shares, as I'm speaking to you, are 185.41 down 230 this morning. So this is a contract. A 210 contract is $25 out of the money. A 200 obviously is 15 out of the money, and the 190 is 4.5 right now out of the money. So there you go. Depending how comfortable you are, how nervous you are about a $20 up move in Tesla, you might write 210s out to say May, June, July. 210s for May 19th will bring you about $12. June's will bring you closer to 15, and July's will bring you closer to $20, $19. Getting $19 on a call, that's $25 out of the money. That's a $44 gain to you overall, because even if you literally bought the stock here right now, just bought the stock and you write 210 calls against the stock with a $19 something premium, that's a $44 gain on your stock. I don't know what's wrong making $44 profit on a 185 purchase of stock. As a matter of fact, I can't find anything wrong with that. On the other hand, if you want to buy a deep in the money call on Tesla to make an even larger percentage return on your money, then you might be looking at purchasing Jan 24 deep in the money calls for Tesla, and you might be picking those up around $106, $10,600, $10,500, and writing a $2,000 call against it, $1,900 call. That's a nice return on a percentage basis just on that deep in the money call. Obviously, if the shares go to 210, they go all the way up to 210. The deep in the money calls, these 90s will be in the money, $120. They'll be trading at $13,000 a piece. You bought them for $10,000 something a piece. You're going to make $2,500 on the deep of the money call and keep the $1,900 gain you generated from the premium, because the contract is still out of the money. So that would be a nice little payday on a deep in the money call. Just saying. Now, it's not how it usually works, because obviously if a stock goes up like that, which it can do, we've seen Tesla go higher than 210 already. He wants to go up there, you will do a rollover on your 210 to a 220 further up. You'll just do that. That's going to give you another 10 in premium. And you'll enjoy the increased book value or value gained on your deep in the money call. If the shares want to go up to 220, 230, 240, your short-term calls will be written further up. But you might take these calls and now sell them and buy 2025 maybe 110s or 20s or 30s, which will be cheaper than what you just sold, because you're way up on what you had. These $10,000 calls are going to be worth $15,000 or whatever it is. You might turn around and buy $1,300 calls instead, another year out, 2025, and you're still writing. I mean, you win either way. Stock wants to go up, you win. The stock stays flat, you win. Stock goes down, you win. Welcome to the option writing business, everybody. Nice to have you here. Enjoy. Let's see what else is going on. Everybody, welcome. And what else is going on here? Just checking my comments. A lot of folks talking to each other. Thank you, DQ, for thumbs up number 64 already. This came in a while ago. Drew, number 73. Thanks, pal. These thumbs ups are coming through here. Appreciate it. And Puke Bird, why would I write 6 month out calls instead of something like 2 to 4 weeks out? Pretty simple answer here. If you've been around a while, you know the answer to this question. I mean, every viewer who's here knows that if you write 4, 5, 6 months out, you're giving yourself a lot of time, and you're not putting yourself in a corner where you've got to make a decision that you may not want to have to make with volatile stock trading. Obviously, if a share, if it's a high volatility stock like Tesla, GameStop, you got decent movements. You want to be further out. You want the money in your account, all that dough in your account. You might use a lot of that cash right now to buy other deep in the money calls from other issues, and write calls on those. So that's leverage, using this money for. But if you've got 6 months, a 6 month of contract, and a month from now, the market has a really bad day. Like yesterday was a down day, but yesterday wasn't a bad day. We were down 500 points yesterday. That's not a bad day. That was just a down day. What if we drop 1,800 points in like 2 sessions, back to back? Boom, boom. We get a real hit. You may find that Tesla loses $35 a share in like a day and a half, 2 days. With 6 month out contracts, you can sit there and go, oh, okay, I got a nice little gain here on these calls that I wrote. Or GameStop dropping $4 a share. Wow, all these calls I wrote are trading at 25, 30 cents on the dollar. I can now scoop these up. Thank you very much. Keep hundreds of dollars a contract, or in the case of Tesla, thousands of dollars a contract, depending on which one you're writing. And then fold my arms and decide what I'm going to do next. If this market was a 2-day overreaction to something said or some development out in the world, and then for the next week, the market consolidates and settles down a little bit, you may find that within 24 hours, you're writing new calls immediately on the calls you just bought back that might be only 3 months out. And they might be 3 months out, a little lower on strike, because the market's already coming on and you've taken a new position. If you've got a 2-week call, yeah, I get it. You got a 1 or 2 week call and you hauled in on GameStop, you hauled in $1.50, and the stock has a bad day. How much are you going to make? $1? It's going to go down 50 cents, but you made $1. Wow, great. The stock might drop $3. You made $1. You can't pay a lot of bills making $100 a contract. You can enjoy $100 profit. Yeah, sure. You got 10 of them, $1,000. Way to go. Someone who wrote 10 calls at $4 a call and he's buying them back at $1, they made $3,000 for the same trade you made on the same stock for the same reason. And I'd rather be the one that nailed $3,000 rather than $1,000. That's it right there. That's boom. There it is. Anyway, there you go. Everyone has their reasons to do what they do, and it's all fine, and we all do what we do, and whatever. White Feather, I sold 4 GameStop October 20s for $382. Giddy up. Covered calls for life. There we go. Susan Shops About, number 87. Thank you for the 87th thumbs up. Hello again from John Anderson. Hello there. Zeta State, 83rd. I'm the 83rd thumbs up on your channel today, Bruce. Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs ups. All right, there it is. We're here. We're here to comment and here to watch and see what this market wants to give us and how it wants to do it. Powell's going to speak today, so we're going to have all kinds of shenanigans going on and all kinds of speculation on what did he mean by saying what he said, the way he said it, and he kind of shifted in his seat when he did that. What does that mean? Oh, I don't know. Got 95 thumbs ups. We know that's good. So we say thank you and we keep moving forward. Always be writing and enjoy the upside, kids. There you go. That is the dealio. It should be fun to see if the congressman try to give him a rough ride, where he's looking at these morons and saying to himself, you are the idiots that can't pass your own spending bill. And you're telling me you don't like how I run the Fed? Get back to work, you morons, and do your damn job. It's unbelievable. I know what he's thinking, but he can't say it. We're thinking it, and we say it because we can't lose our jobs if we say what we think about the Congress. Jeez. I do the same with the House of Commons in Canada. I mean, in the UK, the House of Commons in the UK. What a crazy Looney Tune show that's going on out there. It's wild, it's wacky, it's goofy. It is what it is. And welcome to the world at large. Welcome to the party, pals. here we are. It's just as crazy as ever. I remember when I was about 16, 17, if I recall the year properly. It was the 70s. Yeah, it was the 70s. And at the time, there was a point in time in Canada where we had a minority government like we have now. And at that time, the Liberals were the party with the most seats, but they didn't have a majority. And the NDP and the Progressive Conservatives had most of the rest of the seats. And the Conservatives had the second most, and the NDP had the third most. And the Liberals and the NDP sort of formed an unofficial alliance to kind of will govern. We'll support each other here. The New Democrats will support the Liberals if the Liberals pass some bills that are a little more to the left, which is what the New Democrats stood for at that time. Today, same thing. Liberal government in Canada, minority. The New Democratic Party are supporting the government of Canada, the Liberals, and bills are being passed like a national dental care program. Have you got one of those in the United States? Have you got a national dental care program in America? Because that's what's happening in Canada right now. A national dental care program where every man, woman, and child will have dentistry services at a phenomenally reduced cost. I mean, it's going to be government insurance. So what's happening? It's going to take years to implement and perfect, and there'll be all kinds of nightmare stories in the press. Oh, so and so couldn't get a cavity, you know. Okay, but it's coming. It's going in anyway. Back to when I was a teenager. I said to my dad, "How much longer is this government going to survive? This minority government going to stay in place? Because every vote that comes up for a bill, if the government's bill doesn't get approved and most of the House of Commons votes against it, that's kind of like a non-confidence vote in the government. And that means the government's going to call an election. They have to go to the people, and we have to call an election. Now, there are times where the minority government will want to be defeated in a bill. They want to call an election. So they come up with a bill that is so distasteful to the rest of the House, they know it can't pass. $5,000 credit for every child you have, guaranteed for the next 25 years. Every politician will vote against that because that's irresponsible spending. Anyway, whatever the deal is. Back in the whatever the years was, 71, 72, I can't exactly remember, but my dad said, there will be no election until at least November 30th. And this was like March. And I said, how can you be so sure? I mean, Dad, you're not in Ottawa. You're not in the government. You own a music store, and you sell musical instruments wholesale to music stores across Ontario. You're always on the road. He said, that's right. I'm always on the road. And I'm always listening to radio because, I got to listen to something when I'm driving the old Chevy Biscayne, thousands of miles a year. And he's listening to the only radio station he can get. What is the radio station he can get across Canada? CBC, the National Broadcasting Company of Canada. And what is on that station? A lot of news out of Ottawa because it's the National Broadcasting Company. So he listens to these political talk type shows at the time, and the analysts analyzing the governments and so on and so forth. And he would hear what's going on in Ottawa. And he said to me, there will be no election until at least after the end of November. And the reason is that if you're a member of the House of Commons in Canada, if you serve 3 years or more, this is back in the day, this is back 50 years ago, if you served at least 3 years in the House of Commons, you were eligible for full pension for the rest of your life. What do you want to do with the rest of your life if you're a politician? Do you want to collect your pension for the rest of your life? That's what you want. And he knew, and the analysts knew that the New Democrats were not going to defeat the Liberal government for at least 3 years, because that ensured that every elected member of the House of Commons, including the New Democrats, would get a pension for the rest of their lives. And the pensions were juicy. And they would kick in at age, 55 or 60, whatever the hell it was. And sure enough, 2 weeks, barely 2 weeks after that magical date came and went, the government was defeated on a spending measure. Wow, look at that. And it just so happened that the Liberals were running up in the polls quite nicely. They had been passing popular legislation and they were rising up in the polls. And they got defeated on a House vote and went back to the people to say, you want these kind of policies to come through, you're going to elect us and we're going to deliver for you and blah, blah, blah. And sure enough, they won a majority election on the next election. And a bunch of New Democrats got defeated and a bunch of conservatives got defeated. And the Liberals had a majority of the House seats and now could run government for 4 or 5 more years. Now, that meant any newly elected members of the House of Commons that were now newbies were guaranteed a 5-year term in office because the Liberals would not call election for 5 years. And away we went. But with a minority government, you're on eggshells. And so you play the game. And sure enough, 2 weeks after the magical date, guess what? How about that? It's not the same in America necessarily, or in Britain and everywhere else. It's changed a lot, but politicians are not stupid. They're idiots, yes, and some of them are like wacky, but they also have advisors who say, if you stay in power for so many years, you're going to get a pension for life, and that will allow you to look after your wife and children and grandchildren. Because the pension of a politician, depending on what level you are, especially at the federal level, is better than if you're just a town council member in a local town. There's probably no pension plan at all for those folks. So yeah, they know where their bread is buttered. Why is it that especially in the United States, senators leave the Senate after 12 years, 18 years, 24 years if they choose to? And they leave multimillionaires when they didn't come in as multimillionaires. Where do they make that kind of money? They don't get $5 million a year from the Senate to be a senator. Salary isn't that great. Where do they get all this dough? I wonder. I wonder if it has anything to do with insider trading, perhaps. All the rules they don't have to adhere to. How about that? Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure. Anyway, there you go. Welcome, everybody, to the Fun Time Show. It's great to have you here. What can I say? Bobby Atkinson, our provincial REO is up to $4,000 a week. The federal rep, $7,000 a week in pay this year. So nice money. Spicy Android, number 103 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you, Spicy, and everyone else who's been hitting the thumbs up meter already. We, Jen and I appreciate you for this. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, everybody. All right. We're getting closer to the open, 22 minutes away. We're going to head over to member-only chat right now. Thank you, all of you who are lurkers, those of you who have become members of this channel lately, those of you who have been members for quite some time, those of you who have re-upped your membership time and time again. Thank you all so very much. Thank you, those of you who let us know how long you've been members of this channel. It is much appreciated. I love it when you guys do those, how long I've been a member. Oh, look at this White Feather. Welcome to Chillin' with Uncle Bruce level. White Feather's in. Oh, man, this is huge. How you doing there, pal? Thanks for joining the party with us. Great to have you here as a member. The gang will welcome you in with open arms, I'm sure. We always appreciate your comments before we go to the member-only section. That's cool stuff, man. That is great. Not a lurker anymore. Woohoo, White Feather, you did it. Maria, welcome, White Feather. There, you talked me into it. You talked me into it, Uncle Bruce. You wore me down. J-Boy, welcome. There you go. That's fantastic. Alberto White Feather is here. Alberto, he's here. Not a lurker anymore. He's laughing out loud. Fabulous, everybody. We have 113 thumbs ups. Thanks, guys. Keep them coming on in. All righty. There you go. Fun times at the OK Corral today. What's going to happen in the markets? How are these markets going to react? With Powell speaking here for hours and hours. Man, we'll see what's going on. We got the crude oil down 96 cents to 76.63. At the moment, we have the markets just kind of wishy-washy, just barely positive or barely negative all morning long. I don't see any action on Rocket Lab or SoFi. We're down 4 cents on GameStop. I think today is the day for financial numbers to come out of, isn't it SmartRent today? Isn't SmartRent supposed to talk to us how they're doing financially? I believe it's after the bell, is it not? I'm led to believe earnings scheduled for March 8th. Here it is. Let's see here. All kinds of companies talking today, as usual. And let's see what's going on here. Who are we here? After the bell. Who's reporting after the bell? Let's see. There's a zillion of them. Like dozens and dozens of companies report today. And this is usually what happens. SmartRent is estimated to report a quarterly loss of 10 cents a share on revenue of $47 million. That's what the SmartRent alert says on this little thing. Spire Global is a projected reported quarterly loss of 9 cents a share on revenue of $23.3 million. So Spire's coming out tonight as well. So we got two of our former SPACs that are going to talk tonight, and we'll see what they have to say after the bell, everybody. There you go. Let's see if I can hang around for that. And don't forget tonight, if you're a Gold Bagel member of this channel, join us this evening. Prime time with Uncle Bruce. I'll be on tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be on 8 o'clock Eastern time tonight for Gold Bagel members, and we'll do a hangout show here at 8 o'clock Eastern. Looking forward to it. As always, the Wednesday night shows are great, and we'll go over different offers and strategies if you like. Right on, everybody. Fantastic. Let's see. Not a Lurker says, welcome, White Feather. White Feather says, thank you, everybody. Thank you. And yeah, Spire's today after the bell. Spire's today. Yeah, welcome, White Feather. Everybody, my members love it when workers come in and become members, because now we can talk. They can talk during market trading hours. They can talk back and forth a lot, which is fantastic. Great to have it. Have you all here? Spire went up 9% pre-market, says Cindy. And let's see. Maybe I should buy some Spire for the first time today or tomorrow. There you go. Watch list. I'm showing Spire is at 4.9 cents gained at 103 this morning. SmartRent is up 6 cents this morning. Had a bad day yesterday, though, but it's up 6 cents this morning. Nothing on Sixtera. ATIP down 2.5, but only on 50 shares, so I'm not going to worry about that. 23andMe is up 2 pennies today. Matterport unchanged. GameStop is up 4 cents. SoFi and Rocket Lab, I don't have any changes or even trades to report yet. Don't so much of anything. There you go. There it is. On bigger cap stocks, Apple is up 59 cents today so far. Goldman is down 8 cents. Lost 10.97 yesterday. Apple lost 2.23 yesterday. It's only up 58. Cisco dropped 51 yesterday. It's up 2 cents now. Tesla down 6.10 yesterday, down 2.78 again now. So we went from about 193, 194, and we're now at 184 and falling. Arc Innovation lost 66 cents yesterday. It's up 4 cents this morning. Microsoft is off 272 yesterday. It's off another 54 now, $253. Bed Bath & Beyond lost a nickel yesterday. It's off 0.4 of a penny. Apparently they were announcing this morning that they came out with a net $360 million gain on their investment strength, cash on hand. They paid down a bunch of their revolving credit lines through the latest warrants offering, but of course they've diluted their stock a lot. So 134 a share is where it's at. Pfizer lost 77 cents yesterday. It's off 12 cents this morning to 40.22. I know last week, I will note that we did break into the 39 range for like an hour last week, sometime Thursday maybe last week. recovered a bit, now back down again. Hewlett Packard HPQ lost 65 cents yesterday. It's off 2 cents right now. 15 minutes to go before we open, by the way. Carvana down 23 yesterday, is up 2 cents now at 8.91. Just read another article this morning about new car sales, that MSRP doesn't mean a thing. What the manufacturer's suggested retail price of the car is on the window has no bearing on what you're going to pay for the car at the dealership. If it's a hot model, a popular model, you will pay up to 8% more, they say. Whoever they are, they say. To me, if a dealer shows me a MSRP of a car and it's $54,000, now they're asking me to come up with $56,000, the door is right over there. Just walk out and say, thanks. Maybe I'll talk to you in 6 months. I'll come back later. Because you're getting hosed. Because that's only the beginning of it. It's only going to get worse. Google dropped 141 yesterday. It's up 9 cents this morning. Amazon was down 20 cents yesterday. It's up 31 at the moment. Nvidia was down 262 yesterday. 142 comeback. So we're still down 120 from yesterday's drop. And then Unity lost 92 cents yesterday to 29.33. We're down 4 cents right now, 29.29. So Unity is cheaper, and there you go. That's where we're at. We have 13 minutes left to go, and see what's going on. Let's take a look here. Okay. Just reading checking an article here. There's a headline here in MarketWatch that says Ken Griffin, whose hedge fund made a record $16 billion last year, sees recession unfolding. He urges Powell to do this one thing. And the one thing he says here, if I could tell one thing to the chairman, I would tell him to say less. I would say just write a message. We're going to put the inflation genie back in the bottle. We're going to do what it takes to make that happen, and we're going to raise rates consistently until we see very clear evidence that we put this behind us, said Ken Griffin, the founder of Citadel, one of the world's largest market makers, in an interview on Tuesday. And then he goes on to say that Powell's market-rattling remarks on Tuesday had, quote, created space, unquote, to move by 50 basis points at the March 21-22 meeting. That's 2 weeks from now. So there you go. That's the deal. That's what he'd like to see the chairman do. Unfortunately, the chairman can't just do that. He has to go in front of the Senate and the Congress, I guess, every month for these live testimonial hearings, which are just horse poop. And he has to sit there and listen to these buffoons make speeches and ask dumb questions. But, you know, others have to do it too. It is the way it is. Anyway, so he can't really not speak about, about anything. Can't quite not. But anyway, I don't have a problem with what the man is saying about it, but whatever. Okay, there you go. Welcome everybody to the party. Nice to have you here. I hope you're getting ready to make some money today and enjoy some upside. We'll see how the market wants to react here. How does it want to do what it does? We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what the reaction is going to be here for this market. Fun times at the OK Corral. Yeah. Okay. You know what I hate? And again, this shows you how old I am, and how useless I am when it comes to technology. I'm in my Outlook email thing, and I hit one button, and everything on the inbox changes, and I can't figure out what I did. I'm now looking at messages that are, I don't know, they're not in the order I wanted them to be. And I don't know how to get it back. And I'm on the air with you live, and I can't do this. I have to pay attention to this, but I like to take a quick peek at any messages I need to look at. Now I can't look at my email because it's presented in a jumbled up order. I don't know how to unjumble it. I hate that. I just despise it. It is so twitchy that it just gets me upset. You know what makes me happy though? Today, I'm really pleased to inform you all that our furnace is working. We had the boys here yesterday for the third time, fourth time, third time. Yeah. But they had promised to come back because they had to order a part, and so I have to take my clothes off because I'm so hot. Isn't that great? The man is hot. He has to take his clothes off. Anyway, I can wear my Stink Bid Save Lives T-shirt instead of my sweatshirt. Yeah, the old system kicks in, and they replaced the igniter. Once they pulled the igniter out, they went, it's got a crack in it, and this is what was causing problem. Interesting. You never know what it is. It took, I don't know, three guys, three visits to me. I don't know. I'm just glad it's working. I'm a happy guy. We're 9 minutes away from opening our day up here, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all to the party. It's great to have you here, and thank you again for joining this channel as a member. If you're a Gold Bagel member or a Chillin' with Uncle Bruce member, or you're hanging out with the gang, cheers to all of you from around the world. Welcome to the party. Great to have you here. I'm hoping that you option writers out there are enjoying a premium depreciation, which is what you're looking for. We call it keeping the change around here. It's a fun little game called Keep the Change, and the change adds up to a whole lot of dollars. And some of you out there have probably experienced for the first time ever in your investing lives the sensation of constantly making money in the market, rather than I had a good trade, I had a bad trade, I broke even on this trade, I got my butt handed to me on this trade, I needed 3 win trades just to get my money back, and it took 6 months to do that. And we're here, you write calls, you fold your arms, you watch them depreciate, you buy them back for less money, and you write new calls, and you pick up deep in the money calls and additional deep in the money calls, and write additional calls, and you sit there and go, geez, my account is worth more money, and I have cash flow coming in all the time, and I kind of like this game. I like this game. Yes, the old keeping the change game is a pretty good game to play, and you begin to really get into it once it. Like when you're writing 4 or 5 calls at a time, you have slow motion wins. But when you're writing 15 and 25 and 40 calls and 70 calls, does this start to add up? And you get to the point where someday, it happens where you write calls and you buy those calls back, and the amount of money you get to keep is more money than you've ever made on a single trade ever in the market before. That is the turn. There's the turn right there. And that's when you realize, oh my goodness, I've entered a new world. I've never made this much money on a trade before. And yet it's the same trade I've been doing here since I started writing options. This is what I do. There's nothing new. It's just how many I'm doing at a time. It's amazing how it begins to exponentially grow in your favor. And let's keep it going. Why not? Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. Home Skillet, good morning. Number 127 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Well, let's see what's going on here. Hotmail is now Outlook. Yes, Outlook. I use Hotmail. I now it's Outlook, and I can't make heads or tails of it because I get these. I don't know what happens. I'm looking at messages from 2020 now, and I didn't want to look at messages from 2020, or I wanted to see my latest emails, and I don't know how to get that to come back. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. I'm lost. I'm lost. When you're born in the 50s, the world in 2023 is hard to figure out sometimes. It's just Google it. What's that? What's Google? Try the browser version for email. What is that? What? You should make a new email. Simply doing so would remove all that junk and spam by a large margin. Why would I do that? How do I do that? Your suggestions are too complicated already. How do I turn on this computer? Okay, now, how do I turn off this computer? There you go. Anyway, thank you for all your help, everybody. 4 minutes until we open, and we'll see how it goes. I can always call my daughter. I can always give her a shout and say, "Hey, it's Dad here," and she'll go, "Oh God, now what? What did you do? What? I don't remember what I did. I don't know. I must have hit something somehow. I twitched, and then all of a sudden my screen changed. 133 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. Here we go, getting ready to open up for the day and have fun till Daddy takes the T-bird away. Which, by the way, I heard that song on the radio the other day, and I was chortling away, singing the song, going, oh, there's the song I sing all the time on the air. Giddy up, yes, indeed. What can I say? Coyote, having an email for so long, it gets put on spam lists over time. Things that you signed up like in 2005. Pick Nose, sounds like your emails are sorted in chronological order instead of reverse chronological. Coyote, you zigged when you should have zagged. Exactly. That's what I'll tell my daughter. I zigged when I should have zagged. And then what she has to do is she has to figure out the daddy translator. She has to turn on the daddy translator and then figure out what I just said, what it actually means to her, because there's a 30-year difference in time, 32-year difference in time between us. And she goes, okay, Grandpa. Yes, Auntie Jen famously spilled out yesterday, okay, Grandpa. Oh, man. I have no idea. I might have something here. Oh, I did it. I found the thing called filter. There's this thing called filter. And if you click on it, you get all these choices, including sort. And if you click on sort, it says sort by date, from, size, importance, subject. I had alphabetical order. How did I do that? How did I pick? Show me my emails in alphabetical order. And what the hell does that mean? I mean, come on. So anyway, we're back now, and I've got this stupid junk mail from T-Mobile that they can't even spell it correctly with the right kind of lingo here. And of course, it's somewhere from Nigeria somewhere. So I have an opportunity to get a great deal from T-Mobile from probably Nigeria. Yay! Or Kazakhstan or something. I think we're back. Call her. That's your whole plan. Call her. Boy, are you old. Until Daddy takes the Tesla away. Nick is laughing. We're all laughing. My job here is done, says Pick Nose. While Uncle Bruce was eating his 19th century gruel like a London Victorian era street urchin. Cindy B, I did something like that, and my granddaughter says, okay, boomer. Dude, Uncle Bruce, you did it all by yourself. You're a big boy now. Yeah, until I screw it up again. Oh, we have a new member. 9-pound Taco has joined in here. Gold bagel level member. Look at that. We have ourselves a new gold bagel member. This is awesome. 9-pound Taco, welcome to the party, pal. This is cool. Marcus is number 135. Fabulous. That's fantastic. This is great. Thank you, everybody. And come on in here. Without the boomers, the rest of us wouldn't exist. What a name, 9-pound Taco. Yeah, that's right. Okay, boomer. That's right. Yeah, the boomers have the money now. That's right. They inherited everything from the greatest generation. Yeah, time for some respect. Larry, thank you for the bells, buddy. Thank you. Flint, I keep calling my mom unintentionally. I don't know how. She said I tapped boxes on her voicemail for 2 minutes yesterday. Thank you, Larry. Marcus, driving Tesla sharpens your skills. White Feather, thanks, Larry, for hitting the bells. White Feather is in the house. Coyote, they have the money now. Now, not a lurker anymore. 9 pound taco. Laughing out loud here. DQ, Flint Creek, that usually happens the other way. Not a lurkers laughing out loud. Everybody, welcome to the party and welcome to the show. Welcome to the fun times as we try to make some dough. Yes, indeed. Let's see how the markets treat you all today. See if we can get you guys somewhat richer. How about that? Even more intolerable to your children. Let's see if we can make you richer so you're even more annoying to your kids. How about that? Won't that be fun? Those of you with grandkids, even more of a hero to your grandchildren, but to your children, they're just going to shake their heads and go, they've lost it. Those two have lost it. Mom and dad don't know what they're doing anymore. I'm hungry now, says Lurker. Dude, welcome, 9 pound taco. We're up, I think, 11 points on the Dow to kind of kick things off. We'll see how things work themselves out. Welcome new members today. Boy, is this great. 2 new members joined in. Folks are renewing their memberships. Fabulous, guys. Gold Bagel members, you are joining me tonight at 8 o'clock for prime time with Uncle Bruce. And don't forget, every morning around 8 o'clock a.m., we have the trade alerts to give you what you should be looking to do here. Now I see the Dow up about 18, 19 points. S&P's up about 4.7. And NASDAQ is up about 30. Oil down 105 a barrel to 76.53. That's what an early indication is now for this market. And at the GameStop table, at that gambling table, we're showing GameStop around $18.16 to $18.18 right now, about 12 cents higher, give or take. It would appear. We've got SoFi. It's I think 646 down to nickel. Tesla down about 275. And I now see GameStop readjusted to 1802. So we're down 4 cents. So welcome to the early morning party, the early going. Apple up 135. Unity is up 2 cents. HBQ looks like it's unchanged. I see Unity now down 3 cents. Tesla down 313. SoFi down 7. GameStop down 3. The Dow up 42. So we have a mixed bag here with this early going. Bobby, welcome back. Taco. Coyote Grandpa is so annoying, but boy, he is rich as hell. Flint Creek DQ laughing. George Sebastian, good stinking price on 2025 $10 GameStop calls, question mark. GameStop stinker hit, sold for $3.75 and just bought back for 56 cents. Let's go. Thank you very much, 9 pound taco. George Sebastian, ducking spell check. Darn ducking old spell check. BP in Outlook to change view settings. Go to view on top, then change. No, I'm not doing that. That's too complicated. George, Mr. How long did you hold it? Oh my gosh, how long did you hang on to that trade? GameStop, $17.98, down 8 cents. $17.88, down 18 cents. GameStop is lower, which means calls are falling off. And there you go. Stink bids might be coming your way on buybacks for some of your calls for some nice profits. $17.79, down 27 cents, has been noted already on GameStop today. SoFi down 8 at 644. We've got... hang on here. Let me get that up there. We've got $17.79 on GameStop, down 27. We got Tesla down 393 or so, 350, 184.19. Apple is up 134. Unity unchanged, I think, at this moment in time. HBQ is up 2 pennies. What else we got? ATIP 33 cents, up 0.8 of a penny. Google 94.98, up 81. Moderna up 6 cents. Cisco up 28 to 49.19. Pfizer's up 5 cents. IBM up 16 cents. Microsoft down a nickel. ME is down 1.5. Matterport down 2.9 cents. Cyxtera is down 5 cents. Rocket Lab down 7. SmartRent looks like it's up 2 cents. Spire up 2 cents. I think, and Bed Bath Beyond up 1.8. Amazon down 39. Home Depot down up 26 cents. Netflix up 36. Spanik up 160. Adobe up 139. Goldman down 67. Boeing down 65. Meta down 221. It's a mixed bag market, kids. Up and down, up and down. Let's see here. 150 gain, 1.5 gain On the Dow, I think that is what I think is going on as everything is beginning to settle in. 1778 now on GameStop. New recent lows here, down 28 cents a share. 15-point gain on the Dow now, make it 10. About less than a point on S&P on the upside, and Nasdaq is up 11. That's what I see happening. We're down a buck on the oil market. Everybody, welcome. Ding dong, says Mr. Premium. Let's see. Here we go. Drew, my GameStop, May 1750. They're coming back to me. Well, it's 1778. I don't think so. Drew, we talked about this. We miss you, Colin, wherever you are, says DQ, wherever Colin is. 28-cent drop on GameStop. Now 33-cent drop on GameStop. 1773, down 33 cents. SoFi down 9. Tesla now down 460. Those calls are backing off. Apple up 110. Unity down 15 more cents on this session now. HBQ up 5 cents. I've been folding my arms a while, and it's paying. It's paying you to do so. Well done. So 1773. I think this is the low of the day on Apple, on GameStop again. 1773, correct. Down 33 cents is the low of the session at the moment. Volume on GameStop to start the day, 261,000 shares at the moment is what I see here. SoFi 642, down 9 cents on a million share volume. Very quiet there on SoFi. Tesla 183.18, down 453 at the moment. Okay, everybody, that's where we have it with the three indexes just near the flat line. 8-point gain on the Dow, half a point loss on S&P, and a 2.8 point gain on Nasdaq. I mean, we're flat here. We got a nothing burger. Powell is going to speak in front of the Congress in 23 minutes. We're going to get his speech, what he's going to say to them, which should be the same as he said yesterday. And that's going to cause the market to wonder, is he serious about raising rates another 1.5 points to 6.5? Is he going to go to 6.5 on the Fed fund rate? That could be prime time loans of 8.5%. That could be mortgages of 7.5%, 8%. What? Is this really going to happen here? Oil will drop further if the street gets this vibe and believes it, because the demand for crude will back off as the economy slows down. Job openings are the wild card, of course, because of how many openings there are for people who want work. If more layoffs keep coming, we'll see if there's a reflection in the job market. I don't know. Mr. Premium says, I sold these calls on January 11th and I bought them back today for a nice hit. So well done. White Feather, GameStop getting me closer to my Uncle Scrooge vault. 1774 now, down 32 cents here. Coyote, I wonder who was buying our calls when GameStop was at $24 a month ago. Who was buying our calls way the heck up there? JR Unclerbers, I'm confused. You usually recommend 1.5 to 2 year deep in the money calls, but yesterday you mentioned buying Jan 24s on GameStop. If I did, then I didn't mean it. Is there some particular reason you chose rather than further on? GameStop, I'm usually always saying, try to always say 2025s. On Unity, I may have said 2024s, and on Tesla, I may have said 2024. Simply because they were in the zone there, but not GameStop. If I did it, it was in error, and confusion is over. We're back to 2025. Let's see. Who bought those calls? Gamblers, Coyote. Gamblers. All right. DQ, he talked about January 24 Teslas. Touch grass. It's got the juice. Oh, okay. Thank you. We're down 4.6 now on the Dow, down a point on S&P, and we're up 8 on Nasdaq. So it's kind of going red, just a little bit. See what happens with that. Yes. What is going to happen? 1780 on GameStop, down 26 cents. And let's see, JR is saying, yeah, I rewatched just to be sure, so I get it. I'm 64 and I have issues myself. Vilbus, it's corn. Okay. Splayer added today a Tilray June $2.50 call. I received 44 cents for it. I think at a lower end, I'll be able to buy it back and add another 10 Tilray to my portfolio. There you go. Blair is building his portfolio little by little by little as he can afford it, and it's working. It's working no matter what level of investor you are in the option writing game. We're down 17 to 20 now on the Dow, it looks like. 1775 on GameStop, right around the low of the day. SoFi down 11 at 640. We're down $5 on Tesla. Unity down 23. Apple up 117. HBQ up 3. ATIP is at 33 cents. Google up 66 cents. Moderna down 13. Cisco's up 14. Pfizer's up a dime. IBM was up 30. Microsoft down 33 now. And what we have going on over there. Other big issues. Goldman down 29, Boeing down 48, Meta, the Facebook, down 273. We've got, let's see, Target up 38 cents, JP Morgan down 81, Costco down 46 cents, Walmart down $1, Disney down 20 cents. Nvidia's up 298 today, American Airlines up a nickel at 1640. So we have over there, guys. All right. Fun times this morning, everybody. JR. Just waiting for my GameStop 19 Septembers. Just waiting for those to hit. Folding my arms. Matthew, get ready for ready for all the alerts from CNBC spinning Powell's words around. There you go. Get ready. It's about to come. There you go. Yeah, Splair. That's a juicy part of the knowledge from Uncle Bruce. It's working as long as you find the right cash cow to deliver. There you go. GameStop, the Dow looks like we're up. No, we're down 9. We're down 9.6 on the Dow. We're negative. We're down a third of a point on S&P. We're up 8 on NASDAQ. Okay. Trade deficit barely rises and puts the U.S. on track to break 3-year streak of record increases. Well, if Americans buy less product from overseas sellers, that's bad news for overseas sellers. That is a lowered, lower economies elsewhere. Bad news for America because it means buying American will also go down because they're poorer over there. They won't have as much cash to buy from America. It's the reverse, and that's a slowdown, and that means inflation will be knocked back. See? Brian, number 143. See? Nick Demorier, markets waiting for 10 a.m. jobs data. That's 2 also. And then Mr. Powell speaks. Oh, no, he's going to talk. Oh, God. Dow's down 12, S&P down 1.5, and NASDAQ's up 2.5. We're about to go red across the board, I think. I think so. I think we're going to go red, but how red will it be? There is the question. I don't have the answer. Is this going to be a really bad day like yesterday, or sort of bad, or a little bad, or is it just temporarily and then we're going to go green later? We might have an update later today. There's the scenario. Yeah. Even the Russell is off 21 points. So, okay. ADP says that private payrolls rose by 242,000 in February. Better than expected. Okay. Interesting. Well, we'll find out, kids. American Airlines CEO tells the pilots of his airline that the carrier will match Delta's pay package. We will match the Delta pay package that those pilots are getting here at American. That's a 34% increase over, 3 years? But some of these guys have been without a contract for a year and a half. So it's really more like a 4.5, 5 year overall deal. I think so. Let's see. What else is going on? Oh, yeah. Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway buys more Occidental Petroleum shares. They've been steadily picking up more and more of those stocks. Yeah. Okay. Just looking at some headlines on CNBC here. We're down 10 points now on NASDAQ. We're negative 10 on NASDAQ. We're negative 3 on S&P. And the Dow is showing, I think, a 10-point gain, but my other devices say otherwise. So I'm not sure who quite to believe right now. We're certainly getting a mixed, market reaction here. Definitely mixed numbers. GameStop is lower, 1766. That's a for sure. 1766 on GameStop, down 40 cents. The low of the day, 1765. How are you guys doing on your options? Dude, well, the May 19, 1625s that I wrote for 579 a few months back finally have come back to reality. Now it's time to roll them. I'm pulling in almost $4 a contract in profits. Now we're talking. There you go. Right on. Financial mischief. Uncle Bruce, I sold 3 October 23rd 12s on 217 for 1009. If I bought back at the ask of 730 right now, I'd be pulling in, 279. I would set a new 50. I would set a new 52-week low on this contract if you did the trade. You can always stink bid it, whatever. What are they worth? 566 a book value, so 730. Wow. And that's on manager. I am thumbs up 146, Bruce. So you're on your way to 200. Manager, is Mr. Powell's suitcase thick or thin? Because we remember watching Alan Greenspan go into those meetings, and if he had a thick bag, they'd be nervous. If it was skinny, they'd be euphoric. Way back when in the 90s. DQ, it's a red shag carpet bag, manager. Mr. Premium, I'm a ding dong. Should have waited 5 more minutes. Coyote DQ, he opens a briefcase, the inner lining is shag carpet. He quickly closes it, but news channels globally start spreading rumors and speculations on his ultra identity. He's Rugman. He could be Rugman. Could be this cape in that bag. That's what that's called. That's why it's so fat. We're down 19 on the Dow at the moment, down 2.8 on S&P, NASDAQ down 9. We're negative on all 3 markets. Oil down 111. 1766 to 1770 on GameStop. This is about the low of the day, 36.40 drop, something in that neighborhood on GameStop. We're down 10 cents on SoFi, 642. Tesla, 181.88, down 583. Apple is only up 87 cents. Unity's down 43 centinos. Coyote, his wife packs his cape in his briefcase each morning. She dutifully folds it up, tucks it in there neatly. Remember, it's a cape with superpowers that can be very thin looking to you and I, but it is incredibly powerful once stepped on. You are asking for it. What can I say? Too much good times. 771, 766 on GameStop. You tell me what price is right and what is. Find out from there. Thank you all very much for popping in here today, being part of this channel. It's great to have you here. A whole bunch of you. We're having fun here. 151 on the thumbs up meter. Thanks for that. Let's take a look over here. Here we go. Rocket Lab is down 11 cents. SoFi is down a dime. Looks like GameStop is off 1772, down 34. Yeah, Matterport down 2.5. 23andMe down 2.5. Spire down. It's up 2.5. Actually, Spire's up. ATIP down 2 cents, I think, at 32. I'm assuming it's trading. I gotta pick up my phone now. Let's see. Yeah, it is trading. 19,000. Very little volume. 32 cents last trade. ATIP. Waiting for news. Google's up 78. Moderna down 11. Cisco's up 8. Pfizer's up 8. IBM up 28. Microsoft down 127 now. We're a little lower. We've got Amazon off 62 cents and Home Depot is up 18. So 155 loss on Netflix at the moment. There you go. Okay. Moving on. Watching all kinds of stuff. There we go. Tesla 181.48. This is near the low of the day, down 623. Down go those contracts. Down they go. All right. Any of you guys who wrote 220s, 225s, 215s, you wrote them way out there in time. They have got to be coming down and down and down. which gives you opportunities to shop the option chain to see if there's soon to be at any time the possibility of a roll down, of a roll back. You'll figure it out. But yes, enjoy the ride in the meantime, I suppose, is what we can say. We're down 11 on the Dow at the moment. Tesla 181, 72 down 599. Okay, DQ, Gowdy, every time she travels, Rugman is suspiciously absent. Every time. Gowdy, we have the Rugman magnet on our fridge. My girlfriend was over the other day and she asked us, who is this man on your fridge? Splair, 1776 actually on first trade. Dude, okay, stink bit. I think 205 is stinky enough. I can wait. Arms crossed. Home skillet. The GameStop earnings after the close next Thursday. There we go. One mischief. Financial mischief. One more thing I'd like to mention about those $12 rights. I sold those 93 cents away from the 52-week high. Well done. I just wanted to mention that. Beautiful job. Slaughtered them there. You slaughtered those. Nice going there, says Gavin. Yes. Down 17 points on the Dow at the moment. And down 2.7 on S&P, down 9.8 on NASDAQ. Oil down 111. Down we go. And GameStop 1766, down 40 cents at the moment for the day today. And there you have it. That's what I see going on here. And we're watching stuff. Just stuff. Watching all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Very, very entertaining as always, isn't it? Let me take a peek at something over here, if I can. There we go. The Dow Jones Industrials. Winners and losers. The worst performers on the Dow would be Merck, Verizon Communications, Walmart, McDonald's, Microsoft, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson. These are consumables, consumer stocks. Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Walmart. Those, retail and off-the-shelf sellers. The best performers on the Dow this morning, and they're not doing a hell of a lot. Number one performer, Dow Inc., chemical maker. Caterpillar, Walgreens, Chevron, Apple, Amgen, Intel. But none of these guys are up more than 2%. We're talking the Dow and the Caterpillar stocks, they're up 1.4 odd percent. Those are the only two over 1% higher. Then Walgreens is 0.91. And then from there, Chevron 0.69, Apple 0.64, Amgen 0.47, Intel 0.41. There are no serious gains here. The losses, the worst performer, Merck, down 1.5%. Verizon down 1%, Walmart down 0.85%, McDonald's 0.66%. So there's the market at the moment. That's what we see here on the Dow Jones market, down 8 points. From what I can tell you, I think that's what we have right now. Tesla 182.10, down 561. Make it 181.63, down 608 on Tesla right now. Okay. Here's a neat headline. Volkswagen is looking for $10.5 billion in U.S. incentives to build a new battery plant as it waits on Europe's own green plan. That's a report going on out there. Isn't it amazing how corporations line up for socialist handouts, even from the United States? Amazing. And guess who was here last week to help pitch that message? The Chancellor of Germany was in the United States last week. That's right. The battery plant was originally destined for Europe. Now the rumor is it might come to the United States if the USA can cough up some nice subsidies. The German automaker had calculated it could get that amount of money via the U.S. Inflation Reduction Act that is offering $369 billion in handouts in tax credits over the next decade for green technology. The report cited people who attended a meeting in Brussels last week between EU officials and VW, where the automakers had said it could reap those US billions over the lifetime of the factory. A source told the paper that VW wanted to engage EU's response before moving ahead with any plans to build in Eastern Europe. VW told the Financial Times that it had made no decisions on the plant in North America or Europe, although it was committed to the latter. But for this, we need the right framework conditions, which means waiting for the details of Europe's own answer to the Inflation Reduction Act, the Net Zero Industry Act, when it's in press. Bottom line is, whichever act you want to talk about, the reality of it is these are socialistic subsidies to giant mega corporations who can reap $10 billion American from American taxpayers in the form of subsidies. Socialism is alive and well in America, and that's what we're talking about. Corporate socialism is embedded in business, and you can't deny it. It is there. Like it or not, Jen,
Hey,
how are we doing?
well, it's warm in here.
Yeah, we have heat.
All night?
All night we had heat.
It's on.
Oh,
It was just on. It must have just came off, but it was on.
it was on. Yeah, yeah. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, I see you're just in your t-shirt. Where
I
does it
took-
go from here?
I took off my sweatshirt because I was too hot. It was absolutely
Turn your
wonderful.
fan on.
See, that's the next stage, you see.
Your tresses will blow in the wind.
See? Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Huh?
Do I?
Manager is saying, Uncle Bruce, since you said Warren Buffett is buying Occidental, I placed a 500 share market order and I bought 63 at 63.38. Immediately wrote 5 March 23rd in the money, $63 strike for a premium of 205. Is that a good right? Okay, so these are March 23rd, so they expire in 15 days or so. So it's a couple weeks out for $63 for 205. So you're basically saying you can take the stock off me for 65.05. I just bought them. So you're going to make money if they take you out. So that's cool. On the other hand, you've reduced your cost by 205 if you want to look at it from that angle. Now you're only into the stock for 61.33, and Warren Buffett's been buying it. So it should be all right. But I wish you had more in premiums, but I understand. It's a short contract, you
If
know.
it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough.
There you go. Maybe that's
How old is Warren?
90s. Zed Estate. Uncle Bruce, I have 45 GameStop 2250 purchased. No, written. You wrote 45 calls at 192. They expire April 21, and you can buy them back for 68 cents now. Shall I wait or buy
I wrote
back?
for what?
He wrote them for 192, and they're at 68
Okay.
cents. I would be buying those back now. I'd buy those back, and I'd be looking to write May or June's. I talked this morning about even writing September 20s for as much as 340 to 375. I don't know what they're trading at right now because the stock's at 1766. It's down 40 cents. So, you know, they're I don't know where they're at. You don't have to go all the way up to September if you don't want to. You could look at June contracts that might be 20s, 21s, lower than the 2250s, or 20s, and taken, I'm sure, more than 68 cents. It's time now to bring dollars in, not pennies.
Yeah.
Buy those back, get them out of there, and now write something and try to bring in $2.5, $3.5, 45 times. Time to bring. If you can bring in $2 net more, that's $9,000 in your pocket, US, more money. So Zed, yes, you've done well, my friend. You've
Keep your
done
eyes
very
on
well.
the chain and see what it offers you.
You've done. You've done well, my son. Now, go forward and write much higher contracts.
How can I write when you cut off my hair?
I could click with a stump. I don't know.
I could use a pencil.
Oh man, what else is going on here? JR, get ready. He just sat down, and I'm sure I saw Red Shag. This should be fun. Powell's about to speak.
Oh, is he?
Paint is about to dry.
I know, isn't it?
Yeah, here we go. Mirko Zed, 68 cents for 6 weeks. I would buy back and sell something new for like $3-4. There you go. Coyote, 10 billion. Jesus, VW, calm the hell down. Mirko, dude, yeah, I remember something like that. Home Skillet, I'm considering the same one, dude. Home Skillet, same move. Zed Estate, Mirko, I am too conservative. I could do some three or four. Home Skillet, let us know how you like if you could, if you are there. What? Let us know how you like if you could, like they are poor man cover called friendly laughing out loud. If you like it, if you could, I'm not sure what this means. Coyote and
tell
those.
Us if you like it, if you could, like if you can, tell us if you like it.
Yeah. Okay. Coyote and those companies will then use that money to fund super PACs that limit any socialism for the average person. That's correct. You're not going to get free healthcare. We're too busy giving $10 billion away to a foreign corporation to build a battery plant in America instead of in Europe. We're not going to give you free healthcare. What are you, nuts? No. Go bankrupt.
We're going to give you a job.
Yeah, we'll get you a job for $18 an hour. You can get your own healthcare. There you go, Amy. My IRAs are with Vanguard. I agree. Their trading platform sucks. John Anderson, good morning, Jen.
Good morning.
How about that? A Home Skillet, yes, but the study program is pretty long time.
What is Home Skillet?
Home Skillet is a viewer.
Oh, I thought
these are viewers.
It was a new.
No. Bobby Hubby says, Uncle Bruce, I jumped on two $15 deep in the money's long calls on Unity, and I wrote two $30 put. What's this? Options expiring August 18. I picked up $6 each. Giddy up, nice. Home Skillet says, and apparently necessary for level 2 options trading approval. Mirko, Zed, whatever you are comfortable with, I still would consider a buyback when you can gain only $68 a contract and sell a month or two further out. Even if they are 21s or 22s, you will get much more. And it's time to do that. Exactly. Mirko, money and still be way ahead. Coyote Bruce's asthma is flaring up, is it? Manager, I will be writing going forward on Oxy and keep on adding because Uncle Bruce WB is buying them. I cannot go wrong there, says manager. Matthew, Darth Vader. Jeff, oh my God. JR, wow, that was a great Darth Vader impersonation. Coyote, Darth Trader. George, good zinger. AJ stresses. JR, we have a new mascot, Darth Trader. Coyote, geez, that red wave. Here we go, says JR. Not a lurker anymore. Darth Trader. Wavy Gravy. Good morning, Bagel Gang. Hope everyone is well. Life is getting in my way a lot this past year. Wavy Gravy is back and starting to shop for some deep in the money call. GameStop, Jan 25 calls. Shop now or let the market slip more. Buy right. Buy right. Buy right. Immediately. Nick Dumouriez, jobs data is hot, said Estate smiling. Coyote, Darth Trader is the enemy of Rugman. Nick, Jolts, job openings, 10.8 million estimated, 10.5 previous 11. Dude, manager and JR use Tasty, and I think they're happy with that trading platform, Tasty. Trader, Coyote Death Trader is a degenerate gambler buying calls from Rugman. Zeta State just bought him back. Attaboy. Start writing for big money now. Big money. Wavy Gravy. Oh, and I noticed people even want to wait this year. I have kept my Gold Bagel membership because of all the options profits on this that this old Canadian and bagel degenerates have made me. There you go. Dude, I'm making the move so I can write poor man covered calls. Well done, my son. That is exactly the way you do it. Do not fear the upside. Always be writing. I can't breathe in this thing. Okay, anyway, there you go.
I know. I just can't help thinking of space.
Rick Moranis.
I noticed your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Yes. Fun times. What
so
can we
what's
say?
GameStop doing at
1766.96. Let me see. It got down to 1765. And now it's at 1795. Okay. So it's recovered a bit. A little bounce back. And folks were buying back calls today at very lovely prices. And they're going to get ready to write new ones for a lot more money. Anyway.
Well, I'm not here to offer you any food.
Right.
I just thought I'd drop in and
Well,
say
I
hello.
appreciate you coming by to say hi because I agree. I cannot eat the muesli on the air. That's not going to happen. Not a chance. One little
Was there a
sneeze.
revolt?
One little sneeze, and it's going to come out my nose. So no, I will eat my muesli after I finish my show.
There you go.
In relative peace and comfort as best I
Okay,
can.
okay.
Although I might have to go outside if someone here does too much yapping at me.
Well, I won't be yapping because I'm going to go out and watch curling.
Yes.
Curling
yes.
starts at 6 in the morning here.
Well, we're in the West and it's
I
playing
know.
in the East.
I
So,
know.
you know, if you're a dedicated curling watcher, then time is
The
irrelevant.
women's was in the Pacific time zone. It was so nice.
There you go. Oh, look at this. We got something here
That's
just came
so
in here.
nice.
First of all, DQ says, I disagree, Coyote. Both Darth Trader and Rugman want the markets to go lower. Dude is laughing. Bobby, hubby, come and take me out at $30. Laugh out loud. More bagels. Coyote, maybe they're like Vader and the Emperor, a powerhouse team bringing Galaxy the market down. Splitter, best working community I could ever find is inside this channel. DQ, Coyote, there you go. Dude, $20 donation. May the Schwartz be with Uncle Bruce.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Coyote, you curling hooligans. Bobby, paint is about to dry. Good line. Home skillet, dude. Yeah, TDA want me to learn iron condor, broken wing, butterfly option strategies. I just want to write poor man covered calls. Drew curling rocks. There you go, dude. Thank you, dude, for that donation. Thank you, dude. These donations are much appreciated. Mr. Burns, what do you have to say about that? Ooh, excellent. Excellent. Release the hounds. There we go. Release the curling rocks.
You're mixing your shows.
Well, why not? It's my channel. I can do whatever I want.
I'm going to go watch
Thank you,
them
Auntie
throw
Jen.
rocks and yell at each other.
Yay! Harder! Hard! Yes. Fantastic. Uncle Bruce, I can send you German muesli. Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh, gosh. Coyote, TDA talking about condors and butterflies. We are poor men. What is this? The National Geographic? I mean, what? Oh, man. Thank you all for helping out this man and his channel. Thank you for being here, guys. Becoming Gold Bagel members, becoming members in general, renewing your membership. The odd donation. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The odd PayPal donation. Thank you very much for that. Classes. Watching the classes. Getting schmata all the time. Well done, everybody. And, of course, doing these one-on-ones from time to time. I asked yesterday, I'll ask again. Would anyone here have an interest if I were to offer one-on-one sessions during market hours? Would any of you be interested in one-on-one sessions when the markets are open? I'd be curious if anyone here would be interested in something of that nature. I just want to know. Sweep. Elgas, corridors more like, what is it? Dodos, amaranth. Coyote, you have to know the hibernation cycle of the Amazonian spotted condor before they will let you write against Jan 25s. There you go. Much to understand, much to learn, much to absorb. There you go. All right, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We've got the Dow, I think, down now, actually lower, down 56 odd points. I think we're down 50 odd points. We got S&P down 2.8 and NASDAQ down 12. So we actually seem to have this happening. U.S. job openings dropped to 10.8 million, but they are still too high for the Fed, says the headline. And then, of course, another headline, SoFi sues over student loan pause to force borrowers to resume making payments. We talked about this yesterday. This is old news. We already know this. If you're a viewer here, we're on top of that. What is going on here? Manager wants to know, Uncle Bruce, what would be the correct entry point to go for a poor man cover call on Occidental? If I want to play Oxy options, what would be the right entry point? Well, I don't know. I don't follow Oxy on an ongoing basis, but the stock is certainly of an ilk that options exist. The question is, are options liquid enough and everything else? And yada, 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 you skipped over the best part. No, I mentioned options. Let's see here. January 2025. So I'll just take a look at them for the heck of it. The stock is 62.85. All right. Well, if Ronnie Reagan were here. Well, if you bought the 50s If you bought the 50s, they would run you $21 on the bid. Now the 50s are worth $12.85. You can't pay more than $13. You can't buy 50s. 40s are worth $22.85, and they're trading at $27.80 on the bid. You'd be around $26. So the 40s might be okay if you could get them in that $27 to $28 level. The lower the better. That's just around the 90-10 mark for 2025, which is a good entry point to get into. So they'll run you $2,500 to $2,600 per contract. Now, what do you write? There's the next question. What contract should you write for maximum money? If you're going to write maybe May contracts, if you were to write 65s, you could get 360, 370. 6750s are 260 to 273. June contracts would bring you, for 65s, would bring you almost 445. That might be the contract to write against a $2,000-something call, $2,600 call, bring in $440 and write those. Out of the monies, 65s. So there's a premium coming your way. If the stock goes that high, that would be one way to go. Another one would be August 2023, perhaps. And you would then write 65s for 620 on the offer. That would be an excellent hit if you could get that kind of money. So there you go. There's a couple of thoughts just off the top of my head on Occidental. Pretty big outfit and a huge, huge machine. There you go. All right. We're a little better on the Dow right now. We seem to have improved a little bit. We might be off only 17 points at the moment rather than 40 or 50 points. We will have waves of buying and selling all day today as the paint dries in the Congress, with Powell in front of those guys. That poor guy. Fewer job openings and fewer quits in January. Interesting. The labor market is tight. And American Airlines CEO says we're going to match the pay package of, I think it was United, for our pilots. There shouldn't be a problem at all. That should avert a labor issue at American. Should. I can't say guaranteed. There probably are a lot of little things they have to figure out. Little details that must be addressed. GameStop right now, $18 a share. Down 6 centinos after dropping to $17.63 today. And we'll find out as the day goes on. Do we hit a new low or are we doing a little bounce back right now? We'll find out. The Dow's off 16, S&P's up 5, NASDAQ up 16 points. Turnaround has happened. Will it last? I don't know. Welcome to the party, pal. Tesla down $5.99. SoFi down 1 penny. Apple up 126. Unity down only 10 cents. HBQ up 23. ATIP is up 1.4 to 33.6. Google up 116. Moderna up 67. Cisco up a dime. Pfizer still down 16 cents. IBM up 26. Microsoft still down 237. 23andMe is up 1.5, but Matterport is down 1.5. Cyxtera is down 3. Rocket Lab down 9. SmartRent down a penny. Spire up 1.9 cents. Bed Bath Beyond down a penny. Amazon down 61. Home Depot up 140. Netflix up 20. Vanik Semiconductors ETF up 331 a unit. Adobe up 70 cents. Goldman up 147. Boeing up 34 cents. Meta down 144 at the moment. Royal Caribbean 72.73 down 53 cents. We've got Target up 71, JP Morgan down 50, Costco up 50, Walmart down $1, Disney up down 20, Nvidia up 5, Apple, American Airlines up a dime at the moment. That's what I got. We're now down 41 again on the Dow. Here we go again. Okay. 17.90 on GameStop down 16 cents. Here we are, running around. Let's see. I would definitely be interested in a 6-on-1 during market hours. Uncle Bruce says, Credit Savage. Uncle Bruce, I owe you a pittance for all you do. I promise much more in the future. Thank you, my friend. Coyote's such a silly lawsuit by SoFi. I don't see the game there. Coyote, Reagan isn't here. He's somewhere else currently. Golf Mom. Hi there. Heading to Long Beach today. Kid has a lesson with his putting coach. I tried watching curling. Ask Auntie Jen if she'll explain the rules of curling to me over a beer. Oh, she'd love to do that. Manager, thank you, Uncle Bruce, on Oxy. I will be interested in one-on-one during market hours for sure. Coyote, what month have you guys been writing for in regards to GameStop? Bobby, June and higher. Splayer, I'm sitting now completely in the September area on my GameStops. Dude, wrote some Septembers today. Writing out there and bringing in the cash, baby. Take the cash. We're down 63 points on the Dow. GameStop back to 1787, falling back again. SoFi down 3, Tesla down 643 to 181.28. Those of you who've written Tesla 220s, 225s, you might start looking at Tesla 210s. You might start looking at Tesla 210s to 200s closer in time as well. You might be shopping here for that. All right. Let's see. Giddy up, Splayer, 118 for that. I received 375 now and 19. I'm trying to catch at 360, 375. A couple of minutes ago, I took 145 gain already on my $20 September call while I bought it back for 305. Matthew, I just watched Capitol Hill testimony and Dems are attacking Republicans about the debt ceiling. Exactly. Why are you criticizing the Federal Reserve Chairman when you guys won't even pass the spending bill? I have no right to talk to this guy. Get your own house in order and pay your bills. Ridiculous. Nazareth, number 162. You don't think that the Republicans playing this spending bill, you don't think that's affecting interest rates? It is affecting interest rates. Foreign investors will demand a higher payout from the American government for its bonds. It'll cost American taxpayers more money in mortgage money, loans, and everything else because the Congress isn't passing the spending bill, and they will not pass it. They are going to hold this off for maybe even a shutdown. They might even create a shutdown to try to gain brownie points, and that could raise rates to 6.5%, 7%. The Fed will have to raise rates to attract income, to attract capital. This is exactly what can happen, and the congressman is so stupid they don't understand the connection anyway because they can't figure it out. They're too busy raising money for on those call center phone calls they're making every day. Did you know that the average congressman is supposed to spend 4 hours a day raising money to get reelected? Did you know that? Yeah, I love how they just use their time to talk to Powell by just talking shots at the other party. Well, he just sits there, he's just wasted. He's just praying to get out of there. He can't wait. Jared is confused. The new word for bored. Yeah, Matthew Powell is saying to himself, what does this have to do with me? Nothing. Well, it does and it doesn't. Yes and no. It just makes the American economic situation in the government finances look ridiculous. And yeah, it's bad. It's just bad. Yeah, what does this have to do with me? We're down 66 on the Dow. That's what it has to do with you. This nonsense in the Congress makes the markets go lower because foreigners dump American equities when they feel the American dollar is going to lose value against their equity. Interest rates might go much higher than they think. Slowdown of the U.S. economy is going to be worse than thought. Congress can't get its act together. Dump this stuff. We'll buy European stocks. We'll buy Asian stocks. There's other places to put our money. That's what happens. I don't know. Useless. All of them, sadly, says dude. Yes, indeed. We're down 90 on the Dow. We're down 3.8 on S&P, down 9 on NASDAQ. Oil down 83 cents. We have GameStop 1788 down 18. SoFi down a nickel. Tesla down 614. Apple is up just 78 cents. Unity down 32. HBQ up 19 cents. Manager, I bought 5,000 SoFi at 641 and I sold it for 646. I made a cool $208 in less than an hour. My trader hourly rate, not bad, right? Well, that's always good to make a few bucks. Always good. A home skillet. If interest rates go too high, the U.S. will be hard pressed to pay the interest on the 30 trillion national debt because every week bonds that were issued years ago mature and have to be reissued at today's interest rates, which will be higher, which means the American taxpayer will have a bigger deficit because the deficit compounds on itself. Exactly. Spicy. It's too bad the Democrats want to keep wasting money. Why don't we figure out what we're spending, where money on it. Quit raising the debt ceiling. We can't do that in your own checking account. Well, again, if you think wasting money on the military at $800 billion is a waste, I don't even know. Is that the budget of the U.S. military? I don't even know. Annual budget is approaching $1 trillion for the U.S. military. You call that wasting money? Some people don't. Some people do. Take the largest components of costs that the U.S. government pays and throw in the seniors. Is that wasting money? The Social Security that they paid into for how long? Good luck with that. Mirko, Uncle Bruce, does it make sense on down days? I have GameStop June 21s. Just go down to 18, 19, the same date to get more money, and on up days go out in time and up and strike. That can be done. Yeah, that's always a good idea to take in more cash. Yeah, 1787. Here we are. Spicy. I can't call my credit card and keep telling them I can't pay my bills. Let's raise the debt or credit limit every time. No, you can't. I appreciate your thoughts, Bruce. I'm not saying anything against you at home here. It's all fine. It's all good, everybody. Go to those dang old Dems. It takes two to tango, kids. It takes two to tango. A lot of Republican favorites have been included in spending over the last decades. A lot of favorites of the Democrats have been included in spending bills over the decades. There's no one party worse off than the other. Everyone is to blame. You gotta pay your bills. But if you don't want to raise taxes on those who can afford it, or like the president says, why should a firefighter pay more percentage of their salary to income tax than a billionaire? Where does this make sense? Why should teachers pay a higher percentage in taxes than millionaires are paying? I hear you, but I will be fair and say, look, there are things that billionaires and millionaires do with respect to lawful investments and allowable write-offs that are in the tax code, and they're not breaking any rules. So now what do? Do you change the tax code? How do you address it all? It's unfortunate that folks who have deductions at the office, at work, do not have write-offs similar to how high earning entrepreneurs have write-offs. I get it, but what do? Do you eventually just say, why don't we just decide that no one under 30,000 a year pays taxes, or nobody under 50,000 pays taxes? And all you need to do is file a one-page tax form that if you're a salaried employee making less than 50,000 a year, you have a one-pager, send it in, and whatever deductions you've had, you get a refund for that. They'll spend that money right back into the economy. That money will go right back in the economy, generating jobs. You could lay off probably tens of thousands of government workers who have to now go through these tax forms. I mean, these handwritten tax forms. Oh my God, what a nightmare. Everyone else can have a progressive tax rate that starts at 50,000 at 10% and goes to 20, 25% or whatever. And it can all be done electronically. Then you could literally work on maybe 1/5 the number of employees, which would reduce the cost of the U.S. government by a dramatic amount. Allow people to retire early, and slowly reduce the population of employees at the federal level. But good luck trying to do that. Oh, too many state senators have too many government employees in their districts. They don't want to be seen killing those jobs. Oh, no. Good luck, everybody. There it is. It is just what it is. It's all right. I think we can all agree that we need to give VW $10 billion. We need to give a foreign car company a $10 billion handout to build a battery plant in America rather than in Poland or something like that. That is a good use of American taxpayer money. Home Skillet, U.S. paid $213 billion fourth quarter 2023. That's yikes. That's $70 billion per month, $840 billion a year. That's what I thought it was. Yeah, it's incredible. Manager, I don't understand. Why do we have to pay taxes? Why? If they're just printing dollars, why would they need tax dollars? Does not make any sense. There you go. There you have it. Oh, my. I say give everybody a minimum wage. Give everybody guaranteed 16 and older, you get $2,000 a month tax-free from the American government for the rest of your life. Inflation protected. And anything over $2,000, you pay tax on. The first $2,000, tax-free. And you can use it for school, beer, rent, bike, holiday, I don't care. Save it, invest in the market, I don't care. Everybody gets $2,000, tax-free, everybody. And then eliminate unemployment, eliminate social assistance, eliminate all these other programs. And that allows governments to lay off millions of workers, statewide and federally, because you have $2,000 a month to do with as you wish. So if you haven't got a job, you got $2,000 a month to live on. You got a job, $15 an hour, $20 an hour, and it's a 10% tax payable for up to the first $50,000 you make over and above the $2,000 tax-free. You can make yourself $74,000 a year and only pay $5,000 in tax to the federal government for the first $74,000 you make. All that will be spent. And where? In America. There you go. Can you imagine a single mother of 3 would get $2,000 for herself? Any child she's looking after 16 over would get $2,000. Any child under 16 would get, say, $1,000. A mother of 3 would get $5,000 a month to pay her bills and buy food and clothing and get an education for the kids, be able to do transportation, be able to shop at shopping malls, whatever. There you go. Just do it that way. Take it out of the military. Good luck with that. Of course, if you did the math, the military would go, that would cost us like $100 billion a year. Is that all? Is that all it would be? It would be chump change, considering how much money would come back to the government. Don't forget all the sales taxes the states are getting, all the cities are getting, all the sales taxes, all those hotel taxes, those airline fees, all the other taxes are still in the system. So this money getting spent just gets chipped at. All this tax money just flows into government coffers everywhere. It would be a huge boost. What can I say? That would stimulate the economy for sure, says JR. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. What can I say? Anyway, what can I say? I don't know. I just do what I can. I'm just I'm just here. I'm old. I'm old. Bruce, I love it. Universal basic income. I love this. Yep, there we go. There you go. What else we got going on? Everybody having fun today? A sky high kite. Is today the time to buy back GameStop 721.20s? I sold them for 405. What are they trading at? Where are they at now, my friend? Sounds exciting. 721.20s. Where are they at? Here we go. July's 20s. So the 226 bid last I saw 10 minutes ago. 1798 on the stock right now. So they're on their way. They could be easily in the $2 level, 190 level pretty soon, and you're going to be up 50% plus on these. So yeah, that's something to consider. They're July's. On the other hand, you've got another $1 in front of you that you can easily haul into $1.20, and you might want to just do that. Just say, give me another $1. Love this. 1797 on the stock. What else is going on? You're describing universal basic income. I am. That's what we had in Canada. We had universal basic income during COVID. It was a great stimulator to the economy. It's huge stimulator to the economy in Canada. It kept insolvency off the books for many millions. It made a difference. Now we've reopened and that has ended and people are working again, but there should be a minimum. I think there should be a minimum. And then eliminate all these other programs that hand out money anyway, because we're already handing out tax credits, refund checks already. We're taking it in and then handing it out, taking in, handing out. Here is we don't even take it in. We just hand it out, period. And we can lay off millions of workers to go into the private sector. And the cost of the government to run this program would be cheaper than what it's costing the government now to run the programs that are being run. But, good luck. Anyway, there it is. Darth Trader is so apt. Uncle Bruce, when are you going to let us know how much you'll charge for a one-on-one during market hours? Same price I charge now for one-on-ones. It's exactly the same. You want an hour during market hours? It would be if I were to do it the same price that I charge for one-on-ones now. It's no different. But now you're able to talk to me live while you're thinking of doing trades, and if I can help you with buying back these contracts and looking at what contracts you could write, perhaps write those, and I'll give you an idea on what stink offers you should consider. You may find that writing 30 calls and bringing in 15 cents more a call brings you $450. That's more than what I'm charging you. You're already ahead of the curve, and you're going to feel a lot more confident doing the trades during the hours. Whatever. I mean, it's maybe that's maybe a possibility. I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Who's curious about this? Who would be interested in this? Going back 40 years, a guy I heard on the radio suggested the first 30,000 you don't get taxed on gives more money for family to spend. Yeah. I love the idea that if you're 20 years of age, you're a college student, you get $2,000 a month. You get $2,000 a month to help pay towards your overhead, college costs, whatever. You may still have to borrow money for college. You may. If going to community college, you may not have anything to pay. That's free. That's if you have the good enough grades, there's no charge for community college. Getting yourself a trade, you're going to be fully employed as a plumber or an electrician or refrigeration technician, whatever your job is, software creator, whatever. And if you're going to work and make a $60,000 a year in your first year of work or 2 or 3, and you got 24,000 coming in guaranteed, you're now going to make $84,000 a year. And if your tax is 10% for the first 50,000 over your 24, and then from there it goes to 12% to 15 to 17.5 to 20, depending on what level. Great. Put the hands in the consumer, let them spend, and let them support themselves. And those student loans will get paid off real quick. Yes. Once the job comes in, that extra money coming in, they can throw $500 a month at their student loan and start knocking this baby off $6,000 a year or more. Let's get on it. Why not? And if you've got a family of 4 right now, you're 35 years old, 38 years old, you're 40, you got a family of 4. Mom and dad get $2,000 each. That's $4,000 a month. Kids get $1,000 each. That's $6,000 a month coming into the household, guaranteed. Mortgage is paid. Car payments are covered. Groceries are looked after. Costs of additional healthcare insurance is well looked after. Whatever job you're doing is additional to that. House payments are going to be made faster. Bigger down payments are happening on the houses. Maybe a second home. It's an economic. It's a parachute underneath everybody. There's a parachute. You don't have to try to qualify for government handouts. You're getting them up front. The country is saying, here it is. Whatever you do with the money is up to you. We don't care what you do with the money. It's your money. Do whatever you want with it. You're drunk. Sorry, can't help you. There are drunk programs to get off booze. You're a drug addict. You're a drug addict. Okay, fair enough. But then there are those who are entrepreneurs, hard workers, saving for kids' college, saving for retirement. Maybe the $2,000 a month just goes into your IRA, goes into your own 401k, goes into whatever. There are those who will make a lot of it, and those who will blow it. Of course, it's just the world in which we're in. What can I say? Is everyone having fun? Uncle Bruce, we had a UBI during the pandemic in the U.S. Thought it was a lot less than, I think, $116 a month, one-time payment up front. Deep value. The politicians in the U.S. are lowering food stamps this year. They don't care much about working class. Exactly. Easy. You can cut that program and not lose votes. You don't have to fear the poor for votes. Honestly, you don't fear the poor. Implement UBI, legalize drugs like weed, implement universal health care, restructure universities, student loan debt crisis, watch the average person's quality of life skyrocket. Lame duck. I think the guy is in federal jail after that statement. I've never heard from him again. Whoever that guy was, whatever that person was, whatever you're talking about. Where are we at? We're up 5 points on the Dow. We've turned around again. Here we go. Another fun time at the OK Corral. What can I say? Food for thought, folks. Just food for thought. Just right now. Here we are. Market data. Dow's up 5, S&P up 12, Nasdaq up 46. As far as immigration is concerned, don't offer U.S. immigration to people who come in illegally. As a matter of fact, offer immigrants who want to come to the U.S., you can get a green card. if you come into the United States. Good for 2 years. You have to pay for it. It's $1,000, $500 a year. And then you have to register for taxes, Social Security, like any other American. But you're limited to the kind of jobs you can have. You'll be limited to your skill levels, your education levels. So if you're coming in as a farm worker, you're limited to that. But you can come and go anytime you want during your 2-year window. You can leave the U.S. and go home for Christmas. You can come back in, no problem. Welcome back to work. It's all good to go. And taxes are being paid to the U.S. government on any income you're generating. Of course, if there's no universal payment going out and you're paying 10% income tax on $15 an hour, well, then that's what it is. But workers are available for farmers and for labor outfits and meat packing plants and wherever Americans don't want to work. Hedge trimmers, lawn care people, whatever. Giddy up. You want to come into the United States as a software programmer, high end? Great. We'll allow you in, and you'll pay income tax rates for that income. Like you make 120 grand a year, you're paying 25% tax. Fabulous. You're paying 30,000 a year in tax. You're spending the other 90 grand on your lifestyle. There's a lot of tax money coming into America for that, and a lot of economic stimulus. That allows the companies to hire these top-notch software creator engineers or whatever, lifting efficiencies in America dramatically. My God, that would be great. Again, you can come and go all you want. Every 2 years, you have to renew your membership. Now, your green card. Your green card for farm worker, $500 a year. Your green card for software engineer, $2,500 a year. Green card for, I don't know, president of a company making $100,000 a year, whatever, $5,000 a year. I mean, it's more expensive to have a green card depending on what level of green card you get. You have a graded system of green cards. Extra dough. That's government income to handle the paperwork, tracking. You won't have illegals. You'll have a lot of legals. None of them will become citizens. They can't vote. They can't become Americans, and they can't suck off the government teat because they're not Americans. But they're paying into the system, and big time. And boy, will travel increase? Oh my gosh. Will there be runners across the border? Not so much. Why do you need to run across the border illegally? You just go through the border, pay your green card admission fee, and you're in. This changes everything. We don't have lineups at the border anymore. We have them coming in by the busload. They fly in now. They pay their fee for the green card at home. They get cleared before they come in because they have to have a criminal background check and all that good stuff. You can't have gang members coming in and get green cards. No, that's all done at the consulate back in the country where you come from. But when you do come in, you're already pre-cleared to come through. No drama at the airport. No seeking asylum. Make it a work permit deal instead of an immigration thing. Because I bet you 90% of those who are coming here don't want to become Americans if they don't have to. They'd rather just come here and work, make money, and then go back home. Send money at home to the family. And be able to go and visit the family and know they can come back in legally through American Airlines, JetBlue, Southwest, United. All the airlines are going to make a killing on all these flights, legal entry, exit, all this stuff. Oh, my God. That's what I think. But then what do I know? I don't know anything. So there you go. TJ, I'm a U.S. citizen. I recently moved to Canada. It is a spectacle to see a functioning government. It's not perfect, but at least it works. Coyote, illegal immigrants still pay taxes too on everything they purchase. Just are paying tax without representation. They cannot vote. Bobby, I think Ontario Liberal Party tried the UBI before COVID. In certain sections, the was a liberal government or NDP government about 7-8 years ago, and then the new government came in and killed it. But it was working. It was working in various areas of the province. Manager, this system will work if the people have skills that are not appreciated in their own countries. But what if the exchange rate is 1-to-1? Then it will not work. Lame duck. Alaska pays citizens $1,000 to $2,000 a year from oil revenue. Bobby, give it time. TJ, laugh out loud. Yeah. You gotta decide what do you want. Do you want to have billions of dollars spent to build border walls and have militia armed people at the border to shoot on sight or arrest on sight millions of desperados, which is almost impossible to stop? Or would you rather they come through legally with the right paperwork? They won't bring their kids, because if dad can come into America and work for 8 months a year and then go home for 4 months a year, knowing he can come back, the kids won't have to come up here. Mom won't have to come up here. They can stay home in their hometown with their parents and grandparents and cousins and uncles and everything else. There's this wealth effect coming through. America will stop spending so many billions a year to keep them out, and will haul in billions a year to allow them to come and go as they please. It's a win-win-win at the end of the day. But then there are the fear mongers, and you know what it is. You know what it is. Can I say the UK are going the opposite direction? Here we go. UK is going the opposite way with immigrants, as it's the only way to appease their voter base with fear and hate. And this is where it's going to cost them dearly. It's already costing the UK dearly as it is. It's going to be worse. There it is. After 75 years, no more paying taxes. How about that? Manager. Well, that was what John Lennon was saying. Imagine all the people. J&J, they'll claim that it's too expensive to have to pay, claim poverty. Coyote, not to mention, with declining birth rates in nearly every country, immigration becomes a necessity if you want to keep the economy running. Coyote, just ask Japan. Yes, Home Skillet, TDA lists Spire earnings today after market close Central Time. Yeah, Spire and Smart Rent today. Uncle Bruce, do you know anything about relocating process into Canada? Do you know anything about that? No, not really. No. TJ, Bobby, I'm not getting too excited. I'm just saying that the U.S. government is a circus. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And good luck getting this through the Republican Congress. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah. Yeah. Unbelievable. People should work. They shouldn't just get handouts for nothing. They should work for it. Okay, there you go. There's your answer. All right. Welcome all to the party. Look, kids, thank you for joining me today. 170 thumbs ups today. Can't complain about that. Thank you, everybody, for that. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button at all, please do. I'd appreciate it. But thank you for those of you who've done it already. Very much appreciate it. And JJ says, every time fees are raised for driver's licenses, the state is sued, claiming it's hurting poor people. Unaffordable. A legalized ranch. Yeah, why do they need all the borders? Why not do barter instead? Splair, again, enjoy the day, you all. Thank you, Splair. Well, if you allow people in with green cards and they're allowed to buy a car, get it insured, get a license, they're all documented, you'll have successful workers coming into this country that right now are illegals, driving without a license and taking their chances. And you'll have increased car sales, increased revenue to states. You'll have banks willing to offer accounts to these people to allow them to do regular banking. Yeah, it's the real deal. And if you qualify for your green card every 2 years, you didn't go to prison, you didn't get charged with any crimes, you can get another green card for 2 more years. There it is. It's as simple as that. And no employer will hire you without the green card, because there are so many legal people that I can hire with green cards. I won't have to hire anybody who hasn't got a green card. There you go. All of a sudden, you don't have a green card, you're unemployable. You're going to go home because you're unemployable. You get caught without the green card, you're out. You're out. They'll leave on their own. They will. They'll go back to family and friends and whatever. Just saying. Is it better now? It's not better now. There's no way it's better now. No. Anyway, there you go. Thank you, everybody, for being here. St. Paul Mayor has a pilot UBI program going on right now. The UBI experiment Stockton found that those receiving the $500 a month payment raised the employment productivity and well-being, and reduced the stress of worrying about their next meal. JR, people paid off bills and bought necessities, not drugs. I literally cannot imagine how many people UBI would save and completely turn their lives around. Having that level of security in life cannot be measured. Coyote, well, I guess it could be measured, but it would help so many lives. JJ, I've often joked that the USA should have a cover charge. There you go. Yeah, I can imagine the billions, the tens of billions of dollars coming into the federal government from green card fees every year. It would be huge, a massive amount of money That is a guaranteed tax coming in. For the worker, the way you could make it fair for the worker in a way is to say half the money you're paying in green card fees is a tax deduction. So when you get deducted at source, you paid $500 for your green card this year. The first $250 you pay in taxes, you'll get back. The remainder we keep as tax, and that gave you a 50% deduction on the cost. But you had to pay the green card fee up front, 2 years up front, $1,000 up front, and you'll get $500 back over 2 years. And it can be made to really work, but you got to be open-minded about it. And good luck convincing senators from these red states on any of this. Just good luck. Anyway, Matthew, Apple is walking on eggshells right now. Apple 152.75 up 115. JR, is it going to be necessity soon as our company is becoming automated that displaces workers? Vilbus, imagine we all do better when we raise up the lowest of us. What do you think? Who would have thunk it? Nick, going red again. Laugh aloud. What a market. Zach, 174 on the thumbs up. Bruce, we're down 62 on the Dow. We're down 2 pennies on GameStop, 1804. SoFi is up a penny. Tesla down 623. Apple up 121. Unity up 27. HPQ up 42. What a day. Volatility will reign today. Karen, Meet Kevin has similar ideas since he was born in Germany. Coyote, a GameStop back over 18. JR, people paying coyotes to get over the border from Mexico pay much more than $1,000, and many die doing it. It's true. And the U.S. government pays more than $1,000 to its own people to recover the bodies and to deal with it. It's costing America dearly, 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 and it is invisible. It's evaporation of wealth that America is suffering from the tragedy at the borders. Yeah, it's not working. It's not working. No matter what it is you do, you talk as tough as you want. It's not working. Coyote, I remember during my comp CS automation class, I wrote a paper on the future of automation. It was actually depressing as it just became clear there would be not anything to help people. Jim Stevens, insurance companies benefit with more licensed drivers too. Yes. Oh, absolutely. Car dealerships benefit with legally sold vehicles. Yes. Oh yeah, it's very, very beneficial. Economically, it is incredibly beneficial, incredibly. And arrests will be way down for illegals. I mean, it will just plummet to by 90+%. The ICE people will get layoff notices. Won't need as many of those guys. They can get real day jobs instead of terrorizing people. The violence, gun violence will probably drop because people won't shoot their way out of tough situations, I suppose. How about the exploitation of the undocumented that is going on, the black market that continues to terrorize them once they're here? Oh my God. Yeah. There's pluses and minuses. Yeah. But what is it you want more of, I suppose? I don't know. Listened to a longshoreman last night complaining about automation. He claimed it wasn't profitable, but I suspect it was more about losing his job. Companies do things to lose money. The number one union for the biggest union-paying jobs are the longshoremen in Long Beach, Los Angeles, Portland area, Seattle, all along the coast. These guys have got it made. They have got contracts like you cannot believe. That are gorgeous, super generous, mega payouts, because the entire U.S. economy is dependent on exports and imports, and these guys run the ports. The unions own everything; they control it all. It's good times, definitely. Anyway, that is what it is. Canada too, same thing in Canada. I'm sure in Europe that port workers they do well. They do well in the ports. But hey, that's what it is. Even in the rare situation where it isn't profitable to automate, yes, it'll be eventually. Automation is inevitable. Yes, to a degree. Certainly, yes, there'll be automation. But we've been saying this since the 1900s, the 1920s, 30s, 40s, all right through now. It will never end. This topic will never go away. Thank you, JR. The guy was making $55 an hour and he was a starter. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you want to talk to a longshoreman his 10 years seniority? You want to talk the money these guys are making? Whoa, mega, $200,000 a year plus. Nice job, baby. Nice job. Benefits galore. Beautiful galore. Beautiful. Okay, I got to go. Thank you all for hanging out with the socialist. We're down 75 points on the Dow. GameStop is down 1797. SoFi is off a penny. Tesla down 671. Join me at 3 o'clock today for the final hour of today's show. Join me tonight, 8 o'clock, prime time. Uncle Bruce for Gold Bagel members. Looking forward to seeing all of you guys. Thank you for donations. Thank you for renewing memberships, picking up brand new memberships, becoming Gold Bagel members, classes, and everything in between. I'll see you at 3, and let's see if we can make you richer. Thank you, everybody. Take care. See you.